Alright friends, welcome back to Valheim, and today is the day we take on the second boss of the game and officially leave the Bronze Age and enter into the Iron Age, I believe, is the next one. It's in the swamps where we'll start gathering. I'm pretty sure it's iron, but we're going to find out. We're going to find out together. So I got what I needed to spawn this boss by just basically farming the brute from a spawner that's right near the actual boss summoner. So if you kill a brute, there's a chance that they'll give you this ancient seed. You need 8 of them to spawn the second boss. So what we're going to do now, though, is we're actually going to make some better food. So we've got this cauldron, so it's time we use it to make some better food. We're going to do carrot soup. We're going to do minced meat. And we'll probably do deer stew. Since we need cooked deer meat, and I don't have any. Well, let's go ahead and cook some deer meat. Okay, the other thing I want to do before we leave, and this has nothing to do with this boss, but we need to make some, like, potions. So we're going to need this poison resistance potion kind of right off the bat. So we're going to need some coal, some honey, some thistle, and some necktail. So we're only going to craft 2 of these because they have to be fermented. So we can add them into the fermenter. And it takes a long time for these things to ferment, so we'll just kind of leave them be. And I think for now, I'll just throw these in here so we can make it very easily again when we need to make the next batch. We're getting close. The last thing we need to do is just craft a junk load of fire arrows, because this boss is kind of like a big wooden tree, and so we want to burn them. And we'll go ahead and eat our 3 foods. And you can see how much health we're actually gonna get here. And then there's nothing left to do other than, well, we got 15 minutes on our rusted buff. We're good. Just go and defeat the boss. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. So I did wind up relocating the portal away from the boss area, just to kind of give us a little breathing room here. And then, I don't know, when we summon this thing, will it instantly turn to night? I'm not sure. Just want to look around, because you do have to kind of kite him around this thing, and I have to be aware that there's like water over here, and you can get stuck and trapped, and some bad things can happen if we're not careful. But I think we're about as ready as we're ever going to be. Maybe I'll just sit for a second to let my health get fully maxed out and take full advantage of this 25 minutes worth of awesomeness. My guy apparently does not want to sit down. Maybe I can sit down here. Alright, here we go. I always forget that this has to be slotted in like one of these slots up here. So there he is. He's big. He's nasty. He's ugly. He can shoot these vines out, which wind up causing us all kinds of problems. But I'm pretty sure I'll be able to make quick work of this guy, because I'm just really geared out. So he does shake the screen a lot, which is kind of annoying. You can use these pillars to kind of block him, but as you can see, we're just like making quick work of this guy. Our stamina kind of rebuild here for a second. You really just want to keep him on fire. And there he goes. And that's what we needed was with the swamp key, so we can start getting into the swamp areas. Now this particular boss's special ability is just cut down trees faster. I don't think it's all that great. So it's not something I would probably be using very often, but we'll go back and we'll hang up our trophy. And we'll start working on our base defenses, because now that we've beaten him, the raids can have trolls, all kinds of stuff, and we don't want our beautiful base getting just absolutely annihilated. Start putting some of these stones to work right away and building our wall here. So I'm just going to throw a bunch of workbenches down just so we can kind of have plenty of building space here. Okay, I'm thinking the rock wall, for the most part, is done here. I want to build this out a bit because they can walk in the water, but they won't go where they have to swim. Okay, as far as the rock perimeter goes, I think that's pretty much it. This gives us a big area to still build things in and farm in and all that stuff, but also offer us protection. Okay, we do need a way in and out of this thing, so I'm thinking like right here is probably a good spot. And we'll go ahead and craft ourselves some large doors. Alright, we are fully encased now. And there are lots of like little weird oddities that I could come in here and fix just by kind of filling in some gaps here and there. But we do have a functional wall in place, which is what I was most worried about. Now that we've beaten this boss, are we going to have trolls show up and just absolutely eviscerate our base? And the answer now is no. So, the other thing I want to do is, now that I have this huge wall kind of encasing our area, is plant trees to hide it, because it's ugly. So, what we can do there is we've got a lot of these birch trees. And so we'll just take these. We'll go around and plant them by the wall. And hopefully that will look lush and green, and we'll just have trees everywhere. Let's see if our meat is done fermenting. It is done. And we'll see, we'll get a lot of potions actually from those simple things. So we'll go ahead and we'll make another batch of this though. Oh, friends, so many things have happened. So I finished building the base security, and I guess I had gotten away with no raids for long enough. We had Draugards show up here and kill almost all of my boars except for 2. And it was a pain getting them back in here, which is why these doors are here, because I had to like slowly push them. So you can kind of like go like this and just kind of shove them in a general direction. But yeah, it was not fun. So they're breeding back up now. Yeah, there was a lot of damage to things. I went ahead and repaired all the grass everywhere. I planted a lot more trees. We were getting things spawning in the water out here, so I kind of had to barricade that area off. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. It's kind of nice. We're never going to sail out of this way again. I'm not a fan. I think we'll portal out of this area for the most part. But I do have enough crafting tables down all over the place, and I'll have to design them up a bit to give them a little more look. But nothing's spawning in here now. We just had another troll raid a minute ago, and all the trolls just come down here into this big trench that I dug out, and they just sit there. In fact, a troll was sitting like right here trying to get me, and I could just hit him on the head and he couldn't do anything. So I just stood here and swacked on him until he died. But to get in the base, the only way we can do it is just like this, so that no mobs can get in here. We just come and then we would jump over. So we'd actually make the jump though and not do what I just did. So yeah, there we go. But yeah, the base is on like pretty secure lockdown now. I'm feeling pretty confident about just any type of raid we get. So those were the two ones I was most worried about, were the Droggarts and the trolls. And the Droggarts did do a lot of damage, and that was before I put down all the crafting tables. And I'll show you guys a little trick. So if you get out the level and you go to raise ground, the raising ground requires a workbench. So just walk around. If you walk anywhere and it says, it shows on the right hand side that the workbench is not present, things can spawn there. So just fill your areas with workbenches. And you can design, I'm gonna have to go back and like put a little house around the workbenches. There's only a couple that aren't encased. And then I've got a few like hidden, like there's one over here, half in a rock. But it still works, it still counts. So like this one's out in the open, so I can kind of do that up and make it look nicer. But yeah, so you can see like everything is pretty much covered here, so we're not getting any more baddies spawning in our base. But yeah, it was, I wish I would have got it on camera, but it was taking so long to dig this trench. The trench was just ridiculous amounts of work. But I had turned the camera off, and of course then I start getting raids like crazy. So let's go ahead and go back through this boss portal. And then we'll go ahead, let's see what we got in here. It's been days that I've been like building the base defenses since I was recording this last, so I gotta kind of get my bearings again. I think what we'll do is we'll take this portal with us. It's currently named Boss. That's fine. So we'll break that. We'll break this chest, and we'll break this crafting table. This way we have everything we need to rebuild all of these things. We'll go get our boat, and then we'll go to the swamp, because we're pretty much ready at this point to get to the swamp. We won't actually go in the swamp yet. We'll get our portal set up and all that stuff, and then we'll head in there. We gotta find out where our boat actually is. Okay, there's our boat. Let's just make sure it is fully repaired. Yep, it's all good. We'll go ahead and take this crafting table with us as well. And we'll head to the swamp area. So, a couple things with this. We do have the key now to get to the crypt. So, we'll be able to get inside of there. We need to get back to base. I forgot to grab my anti-poison potion. And you need that. 100%, no doubt. You absolutely 100% need that. How... We're gonna have to, like, sail across deep waters to get there. Which I'm very nervous about. Because if we run into a serpent, that's gonna be a problem. But I am definitely... Here, let's kind of stop this for a second. I'm definitely not going around. That's just gonna take forever. We need to go right here. Okay, so we gotta go that way. And it's daytime. It's not storming. Let's see, where do we need to go? Basically just going straight. Yeah, the wind seems to be blowing with us. I'm thinking we're gonna be okay. It's right over there. So we don't want to actually be in the swamp when we put down our portal, because that's gonna be problematic. We want to get to the edge of this thing and then make our way inside. I will say, it is a huge swamp, so we lucked out there. This swamp is gigantic. Okay. Then we'll go ahead and put down our crafting bench. And I like this little spot with these stones here. This is pretty cool. We'll go ahead and build our portal. There we go. And then I think that's pretty much it. We can go through the portal, get what we need, come back, and officially exit the Bronze Age. That tree just sprouted right there. Like, literally just sprouted out of the ground. That was super cool. So I've been putting a lot of random trees around because I'm trying to make this feel more lush and like we're enclosed in a little safe keep. And it's working. I like the way it's looking. I got some pine trees planted here somewhere. I'm hoping they're going to sprout and just be like huge. It'll be awesome. Alright, but what we need here is this guy. This is your best friend in the swamp. With this, you can pretty much not have to worry about blobs or leeches or anything. And we'll go ahead and put our trophy from the Elder in here. Haven't actually done anything with that yet. That's fine. Okay, we've got our swamp key. We got everything we need to go into the swamp. And now we'll actually begin our Iron Age. I should probably mark the little base here. Okay, got our portal marked. We'll go ahead and pop this guy. And we've got poison resistance for 10 minutes. So the mace is your best friend in here because a lot of things in here are actually weak to mace damage, like blunt damage, so you'll kind of want to use that. You'll see what I mean about the leeches here. They don't really do any damage to you when you have the poison resistance on. Alright, the other thing we need to be on the lookout for is not ancient bark, which I think we got some of that already, but we need turnips. So they're kind of like yellow and very difficult to see because, of course, it's dark in here. So you don't have to worry too much about getting wet in here because it's raining all the time, so you're just going to get wet. You just accept it, don't even worry about it. Do your thing. Okay, I see a certain spawner over there that I want to go to. Because if we can get a bunch of cores, that's going to help us with portal making and all kinds of stuff moving forward. And I see a house over here. Or some kind of structure. So you do want to be careful. These guys can, like, team up on you. And you can die pretty quickly. Especially the bow and arrow guys. Don't let them get up on you. Okay, so here's one of these little house structures. The chests are like under the house usually. Yeah, there they are. Nothing really good in here. Got into a little bit of an issue there, so we'll want to come over here. Draw this guy out first. So they die pretty easily, but they do fire damage, so, and they can move quickly. Okay, there is a trick with these things, though. So, if you can get over to it and start mining it out really quickly, they die the moment they touch water. So if we can get this down to water, they'll spawn here, and then they'll spawn in the water, and they'll just die. And then we can get free coal, free all kinds of stuff. Unless they patch that, because usually they would just be spawning and falling into water. Okay, so we gotta keep our eye out for the turnips here. Like, that's mission critical right now, to be honest with you. We need that. We need turnips. And they're kind of yellowish, and they're, like, really hard to see. Oh, maybe you have to leave and then come back. because that guy spawned. And then he died right away. But as you can see, you want Surtling cores. This is the way to do it. Make sure you keep an eye on your poison meter. That'll get you killed real fast here. But we need to buckle down and focus on finding turnip. Here's one. So this is what they look like. We got 3 seeds there, so that's amazing. You only need 3 to actually build the upgrade for the cooking station, so you can actually cook sausages from the innards of the guys we were just killing. So that's good. If we could find another one, though, that'll just help us out. It's like a spawner or something over here. Okay, we're in trouble. Because I didn't notice that was an elite guy. Oh, and there's more over here. Yeah, we're in big trouble. Okay. We can't swim! No. This is bad. Ah, dang it. Yeah, that can happen. Yep. We're pretty deep into the swamp, too, so it's going to be difficult to get back there. But this is why you want to upgrade your previous armor, so you have something to wear to kind of have a chance of getting your stuff back. This is our first death of this actual playthrough, too. Which is why the bird's here somewhere trying to tell us, like, you know, go get your stuff. So here he is. He's going to tell us about our death. So he's saying, like, you have a certain amount of time to get your stuff back. You won't lose any skills, and you'll get all your items back. But the swamp is, like, no joke. Like, you really want to take your time and stuff with that. Don't rush things. And as you can see, I was pretty deep in there, which is going to make things more difficult on me, trying to get my items back. And I should have grabbed food. I don't know what I'm doing here. I have no food on me. So I'm mostly concerned about the archers, because they will do a ton of damage. Okay, our stuff should be right here somewhere. Yeah, died again. I don't know how to get to those things without triggering the attention of all of those dudes. There's a lot of dudes there. Oh no, there's a wraith over there. Oh, this is just going from really bad to, like, absolutely impossible. Okay, I think I see the problem, which is we don't have enough inventory space to get our stuff, so it won't let me grab it. Okay, some items were recovered there. I'm ditching my rags. We could always just make more of those. It's fine. If I had died anywhere else, this would be absolutely fine. But because I died in the water, I need that. This. Okay, good. This is just getting worse. Like, there's more guys appearing. There's more skeletons appearing. Nope, I had one chance to kill him. Oh, this is terrible. And we went from no deaths to nothing but deaths. Okay, maybe if I have nothing on me, I'll have a better chance of getting my stuff, just because I can't be out of inventory space. I don't know, I'm kind of grasping at straws at this point. Yeah, I don't even know what killed me there. I could try to sail over to that area. It did work to kind of get me, like, right here. See, it takes a long time for your stamina to rebuild here because you're wet. Swamp is terrible, guys. The swamp is just absolutely awful. I could try to get to the boat, heal up, then come back with more health. And that's an abomination. Literally, my only hope now is to just get out of here so I can heal. At least we have more of a chance now, because we can actually heal up. Get our rusted buff back, go back and try to get our stuff. Okay. I think we got everything back. We just need to get out of here now. Thankfully, we did wind up getting everything back, but you could see for yourself how brutal the swamp could actually be. This actually was a good episode because it can seem like the game starts getting easy, and then the game reminds you, like, absolutely not. There's nothing easy about this, but look at this. Like, what? I definitely want all these cores. And yeah, with that, we're going to end this episode. I'm going to lick my wounds, and then we'll try again to actually find a crypt in the next episode and start getting some iron. But until then, see you guys.